Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to change your color image into a black and white image in Photoshop. So I've uploaded this image of Marsden Rock here. Now to change this into a black and white, if you just make sure it is highlighted in the layers panel here, and then if you come down to this this adjustment panel, and then if you go into black and white, you can change the different levels. So you can drop the reds down a bit more, you can increase the yellows if you want to create more highlights, drop the greens, drop the cyans, or make them brighter. You can drop the blues or make them brighter. It's your choice. The magentas you can choose as well on here, but I don't think there's much magenta in this image anyway. And if you want to, you can put a tint, so you could put like a sepia type of tint, or you can choose any tint from here. So if you wanted to say have an orange tint, you could give it an orange glow, or if you wanted a pink glow or a light pink, or you can have a blue tint or a grey tint, or you could have just black. So you can choose, if you wanted, you can choose a tint. Let's just have a look at some of them, like a red, deep red. Or you can just untick it. So I'm just going to untick it so it doesn't have any tint on there, it's only black and white. You could go down the use default, and that will just automatically change it for you. Or you could use blue filter, darker, green filter, high contrast blue filter, high contrast red filter, infrared lighter, maximum black, maximum white, neutral density, red filter, yellow filter. So they're like presets you can use. I quite like the maximum black because it adds such a strong contrast to the rest of the image. So I'm going to keep that. Just going to click on the crop. So that's the maximum black, and you can change it. You can highlight certain parts if you go into the dodge tool. So first of all, I'm going to flatten the layer down. It's easier if you flatten the image. So now I've only got the one layer. And then in the dodge, so dodges lighten and burn is darken. So we'll go in the dodge, and I'm just going to lighten. Just make this brush a bit bigger by hitting the square brackets, and then I can just lighten parts of it up, and it just gives it a more of a 3D image. Just going to go along these bits at the bottom here. They're a bit too dark, I think. And just lighten some of the side up, the bit that the sun's hitting. So when you've lightened up the parts you want to lighten up, you can then go in and you can go into the burn, and then you can darken parts that you want to darken a bit more. So if you want to darken that, It looks like this rock's gonna split into half. It's got a deep crevice all the way across it like that. And one of these days that might just topple off. So you can just choose certain areas to darken. I think most of it's quite dark already. Doesn't need any more, I don't think. But what you're doing is you're adding strong contrast, and that's what black and white images are for, really, just to show you the contrast in the texture of the object. There's a lot of strong contrast in that rock already, and it just makes the rock a bit more interesting to look at. If we zoom in on it, you can see all the different crevices. You can see the different layers. You know, over the years this would have been as high as the mainland, and that part's just been worn away by the sea. So if you wanted to, you could lighten these little rocks here as well, just to give them a bit of definition, like that. And lighten the foreground. You can even lighten the sea as well with the dodge. Make it all white if you wanted it all white. You could do that. So that's the easy way to do the black, change the image from to black and white. And so remember, what you need to do is come down to this little adjustment tool here, and then just click on black and white here. There is another way to do it, where you can go into hue saturation and just drop the color completely down. So to do, if we just unlock that, so to do the saturation way, you just click on hue saturation, and then you just drop down the saturation like that, and then you can increase this whether it's light or dark, and then you can change this as well. So reds, you can change the saturation of these as well. So it's a different way to do it, but I prefer using the black and white, and then you've got control over all of these colors here. So thank you for watching this video. Until the next one, bye for now.